It is the year 1999. You are walking along a beach in Australia. Among seaweed and trash, you find an old beer bottle. Inside, there is a message. It reads, "Goodbye everyone, I am going to heaven." It is signed by a man named J. Creelman. The date on the note? March 13th, 1917. That man was not a drunk or a joker. He was a fireman aboard the ship SS Waratah, nicknamed the Australian Titanic. This ship simply vanished from the face of the earth with 211 people on board. No wreckage, no bodies, no explanation. Until the moment when this piece of paper was washed ashore by the water 80 years later. But there is one problem. That message physically should not exist, and what it revealed about the ship's final minutes is far darker than just a storm at sea. SS Waratah was the pride of the Blue Anchor Line. It was a massive modern ship, built to be unsinkable. In July 1909, it departed from Durban bound for Cape Town. The weather worsened, but for such a giant vessel it should not have been a problem. The last people to see it were the crew of the ship Clan McIntyre. They exchanged signals, wished each other a safe journey, and Waratah disappeared into the morning mist. When it failed to arrive at port, the largest search in the history of the Southern Hemisphere began. The first theory was straightforward. The ship had engine trouble and was drifting with the current. But, months passed, and nothing was found. Then testimony emerged from Edward Sawyer. He had disembarked from the ship in Durban just days before it vanished. He claimed he had terrifying dreams about a figure with a sword warning him that the ship was unstable. People believed Waratah had simply capsized due to poorly loaded cargo. The investigation focused on the ship's stability. The builders insisted it was sound. The public accepted that it was an unfortunate accident, a massive wave that swallowed the ship within seconds. That would explain why no distress signal was sent, and no lifeboats were launched. The thread of the story went cold for like 90 years. Then came 1999, and that strange message in the beer bottle. James Creelman really had been aboard. He was a stoker. But when experts analyzed ocean currents and the location where the bottle was found, they hit a wall. That bottle would have had to travel against the laws of physics to reach that place. Here comes the twist. The real question is not how the ship sank. The real question is, what did the Blue Anchor Line hide from us? Investigators returned to the ship's original plans. They discovered that Waratah had a design flaw that management knew about. It was too top-heavy on the upper decks, but that still did not explain the missing wreckage. In 2001, a team led by Emlyn Brown, who had spent 22 years searching for the wreck, detected something massive on the seabed. Radar showed the exact outline of a ship. Everyone celebrated. The mystery was over. But when they sent a camera down, they discovered a shocking truth. It was not Waratah. The real motive behind the silence surrounding Waratah was not just pride, it was fraud. It turned out that Blue Anchor Line was on the brink of bankruptcy. Waratah was not just a ship, it was their last gamble. An insurance scam? That would not make sense for such an expensive vessel. But the investigation revealed that the ship was carrying cargo that had been omitted from official records. Lead and heavy ores had been loaded in such an unfortunate way that the ship became practically uncontrollable in strong winds. The revelation came only after meteorological data from that fateful day was analyzed. It was not just a storm, it was a phenomenon called a wave node. Two massive waves merged and formed a wall of water 30 meters high. Due to its instability and heavy cargo, Waratah did not break apart. It simply flipped upside down and created an air pocket. That is the most terrifying part. According to experts, the ship did not sink to the bottom immediately. It could have floated beneath the surface like a steel coffin for several days before the pressure finally crushed it. That message in the bottle, even though James Creelman was real, The bottle was most likely a hoax intended to distract attention from the fact that the ship had been dangerous from the moment it left the docks. The mystery of SS Waratah teaches us that in the pursuit of profit and prestige, human lives are often treated as mere entries in accounting books. That ship still lies somewhere in the depths off the coast of South Africa, undiscovered and silent. It reminds us that the ocean is vast enough to swallow not only steel and steam, but also the truth about what happens when arrogance prevails over caution. The next time you see a reflection on the water or an old bottle on a beach, remember the 211 people who stared into the darkness that night, waiting for help that never came, because the ship that could not sink simply vanished.